Jay, Tim and Joel on Nova.
Here he is, Chris Taylor. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see
Thank you
you.
for joining us. Good to be. Thank you for having me.
And I'm surprised you're actually speaking to Joel and I because we kind of took your radio awards hosting gig off you this year.
So I hear.
You're welcome.
I hear.
What happened there?
Andrew Hansen and I, we never, as you guys would know, you never get repeat business in the sort of corporate MC where you do a gig and they never want to see you again. But weirdly, there was one, the radio awards, the Accra Awards every year.
Yeah.
We did it for about 6 years in a row. And
You were so good. You guys were great. I loved it.
And it was rigged. I gave it to your show every year. You know, I never told you that.
We
did
want
I?
you
Can
back
you go back to hosting because we need those awards?
I know.
But there's obviously been a change of the guard, and because now they actually get people from the industry scene, you guys, to host it. Whereas I always thought we had license to take the piss a bit more because we were outsiders. So, but it's
100%.
weird if like Jonesy and Amanda get up and make jokes about you guys. That sort of feels a bit icky.
Yeah.
personal.
Whereas we have permission because we don't have skin in the game.
I would suggest keeping your phone on for next year because I don't reckon they're going to do that again.
Yeah, it was a long night, to say the least.
It is a long
We
night.
enjoyed it.
I
But
just didn't know. It was my first time going, and I didn't quite understand that in a room full of cynical radio people, you would have people up on a stage doing what they were doing on stage. It just didn't make any sense.
we just want to get drunk.
You want to get drunk, get
And
through the
bag
awards.
everybody out from regional.
Yeah, and then go and say hi to them.
And then go say hi to them.
There was a very well-known team, I won't name them because it's probably defamatory, that they said backstage, they go, can you please escort us back to our table? We don't want to go through the regional tables. We just don't want to meet them.
Oh my gosh!
Which was
There's so
very
many
snobby.
characters back
I
there.
know, I do love it back there. I started off back there.
Yeah, well,
That's why I can bag it out.
yeah.
We'll all end up back there.
Exactly right. It's a full circle.
I love it.
Yeah,
didn't want
player
to
cards,
meet the GP, the general public.
But also,
No,
you
thanks.
have skin in the game because I did listen to Chris occasionally on ABC Radio
Yeah.
Sydney. There was one Saturday morning that you were talking to some lady about the correct time to boil peas. I remember messaging you going, career highlight.
It's,
Wow. What is the correct time?
well, you could go 2 hours on boiling peas at the ABC.
Yeah, yeah.
And the phones would still run hot. Like, a lot of people would have opinions about, do you shell them first? Do you double shell them? What temperature should the water be at to be optimum boiling temperature?
Riveting.
Wow.
Then, once you've boiled them, do you rest them like you'd rest your steak?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, there's
who
a lot.
knew?
There's so much
And
to
there's
peas.
no ads or music to throw to either. So,
So you just talk shit about peas for 2 hours.
P-Gate.
Yeah.
Pea gates.
When they invited me, I thought they said, we could come in and talk about peace. I thought they meant like the Middle East. Peace. Yeah, I'll talk about No, peas. Peas.
Now,
Mince them.
last night there was a television show on the ABC that you have been working on for some time, and it's only just made it onto our screens.
Look, it's just your fairly typical sort of show. It's a documentary comedy musical.
Oh, yes, all my
Australian
favourite
epic.
things.
Yeah.
Simple.
One of those. I've always sort of enjoyed like those talking head shows, so, like Australian Story, where people tell their story. And I always thought, well, this is interesting and informative, but what it's really missing is some killer show tunes and some good.
Yes, that's
always
what
what's
everything's missing.
Yeah.
How often do you watch ACA and think, why aren't they going into song at this point?
Come on,
I know.
Ali.
Tap dance, tap dance.
So, yeah, Australian Epic it sounds weird, you know, when you describe
No, it sounds wonderful.
But thank you, Ricky. It sort of starts out as a normal doco, but then it just sort of whips into this musical world. And so me and Andrew Hansen from The Chase have written, there's about 6 comedy songs per episode.
So you write the songs?
Yeah, I write the lyrics and Andrew does the tunes.
gosh.
And there's a wonderful cast that we drew from musical theatre and stuff.
Yeah.
And it basically, the doco bit's all really reverent. They tell their story deadly straight.
Yeah.
You could be watching Australian Story or
Yeah.
Four Corners.
Yeah.
But then it just goes into this completely piss-take world. And we were so nervous about the tonal juxtaposition of that, whether it would seem too jarring or disrespectful even to the doco. But there's something sort of magical. It kind of works. And then, because you hop back into the serious world and you hop in and out.
Yeah, it's like Les Mis.
Yeah.
Les Mis, if Les Mis had more jokes and a documentary every 5
More
minutes.
pistol and boo.
Yeah, well, and I love it's Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's dogs,
Yes.
the Docklands Ferris wheel, and the saga of
Huge. I
Chappelle
used to live in
Corby.
Docklands.
Joel, have you ever been on the Ferris wheel?
No, I haven't. And I always thought, what's the point? Like, what are you going to see? Either me in my apartment watching Downton Abbey or Footscray.
That's the thing. Like, you know,
And I love Melbourne, but Melbourne from like past the 3rd floor isn't that attractive.
No.
But it is in certain. There are places in Melbourne you could put a wheel and it would be reasonably scenic. They chose
Olympic
the
Park.
ugliest part.
100%. And then it cracked. And then it wasn't open
cracked
for all
once,
these years.
Then they shut it down. Then they rebuilt it. The rebuild took longer than the first one.
Yeah.
Then that closed, and it's just this tragicomedy that kind of. I hope people outside of Melbourne enjoy the episode because I know in Melbourne it's a very it's a punchline.
Yeah.
There's something universal about it that look, every city has its white elephant, or every city has that insecurity going. We need to build something to put us on the map, and Sydney kind of got lucky because a Danish person happened to design an amazing theme for us. But every other city grapples with this. They're going, oh, what's our thing? And Melbourne thought the wheel was going to be the game changer. And the fact that it wasn't only not the game changer, but it was such a joke and a monstrous failure. We just thought, well, this is an episode. We can do an opera about the Melbourne wheel. So it's a very fun app. I hope people will check it out.
Well, Australian Epics, Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. When is the Pistol and Boo one? Was that last night?
No,
or is that coming up?
That's this week, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, Pistol and Boo.
But you can watch them all on iView. They're all there on iView. But if you're a grandparent and you still watch free-to-air TV,
yes.
9 o'clock Wednesday nights.
Right, okay.
Well, you're here to play quick draw against our Ricki-Lee over here.
Oh, I'm nervous. I hear Ricki-Lee's pretty good.
She's very good.
Throw to the Prime Minister with the rules. Here he is.
I'm Anthony Albanese, and these are the official quick draw rules. Tim will give a category and a letter. The first to yell out a correct answer gets a point. The first answer you yell out is locked in. Best out of 7 wins. Ultimately, Tim will exercise his discretion.
Well. What do we have here?
How unbusy is our Prime Minister that he's doing your voiceover work?
He's on our show every second week.
Yeah, and wait for this. He did it, and he didn't record it. It didn't sound that great, so we're going to redo it. He goes, yeah, I'll redo it for you.
Are you kidding?
All right, here we go. Let's do a practice question, then we'll come back for real. Name something iconically Australian starting with K.
Kerry Ann Kennelly.
Oh, beautiful answer, Chris.
Chris
Cat
Taylor's here.
herself.
Going to play quick draw for real when we come back.
Ricki-Lee, Tim and Joel's Quick Draw.
Yes, Chris Taylor is here. He's many things, but at the moment he is a part of Australian Epic on telly. 9 o'clock Wednesday nights on the ABC or every episode on iView. 6 episodes.
Binge it.
Binge it.
I'm going to binge it tonight when I go home.
iView it.
Yep.
Yeah. I love iView.
I'm gonna binge it on iView.
Yeah, binge it on iView.
Yeah.
I'm going to Netflix it on iView.
Yeah. And it'll be gone in a flash.
I think when iView started, it was sort of, it buffered, like shows buffered longer than they streamed.
That's
But
right.
they fixed all the kinks, so it's actually one of the good ones now.
Yeah.
And there's some good movies on iView too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can't
Movie
remember any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there
I'll
are.
write a list and I'll bring him in for
David
Movie Club.
Stratton presents Singing in the Rain.
All right, here we go. We are playing for real now. It is best of 7. Joel Creasy, you're doing your favourite role of the week. You are scoring quick draw.
I am. I'm going to do it well.
Name something that might chase you starting with L.
Lollies.
Leopard.
I'm going to pay it to Chris because leopard is a much better answer.
Yeah.
Lollies do chase me, but that's something I'm dealing with my psyche about.
Yes. Damn it. I was in, but I had the wrong
Question
one.
number 2. Name something you'd find in the ocean starting with C.
Catfish.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Catfish. What did you say, Chips? Are you hungry? Have you eaten today?
I'm starving.
You just said lollies and chips. To be fair,
Like a kid's birthday
actually,
party.
I'm going to give that to Ricki-Lee.
You want to pay that point to Ricki-Lee? I can move it across.
I think catfish are rivers, maybe not oceans, and also with the amount of
Oh, rivers, not
with the
oceans.
amount of pollution in. If you've been to Bondi lately, it's mainly chip packets.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give that.
I was right.
There you
I
go.
love that. I don't think anyone in the history of this game has ever said, no, I'll give you that point.
Yeah,
And I was like,
very
who knew
kind.
that catfish were more river fish? That's really sick.
I know.
Okay, get your head in the game, Ricky.
Okay,
Not everything
come
is
on,
about
Ricky.
food.
Name something you'd find in a bottle shop starting with G.
Geese and wine.
Yeah, that's a New Zealand wine. Yeah.
Geeson is a
Okay.
brand
Geeson.
of, used to be my favourite, Sauv
Oh,
Blanc.
not geese.
What, in those
and
3
wine.
months that you spent in New Zealand?
I'll have the goose and Sauv Blanc, thanks.
Why is this so hard
No,
today?
2 points to Ricki-Lee, 1 point to Chris
You're
Taylor.
going to regret giving me that point.
Okay, this will be hard to have a food answer for. Name
Okay.
a boy's name starting with D.
Daniel.
David.
Oh, Ricky. Chris, you should not have given that point away because that means that you need to get this next question correct to stay in the game, Chris.
Or you could take your point back if you want.
Or you could be chivalrous too and give me a point if the mood ever takes you.
I would never.
Or you could both. Stop trying to complicate this game.
Yeah, play by the rules, please.
Yeah, I know,
I think
Anthony
catfish
Albanese.
are in the ocean, actually.
Are you taking it back?
Ultimately, Tim will exercise his discretion.
Oh,
Thank
you
you,
love that,
Prime
don't you?
Minister Anthony Albanese. For the win, Ricky, to stay in the game, Chris. Name something you'd serve at a barbecue starting with S.
Sausages!
Ricky-Lee.
Oh, this is humiliating.
With a food-based answer.
Thought you had such hot shit at the start. Mate, lovely to see you. We'll see you back at the Radio Awards next year, no doubt. And we'll be watching Australian Epic on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on the ABC. So good to see you.
It's been an absolute pleasure and an honour to be outclassed, Ricky.
Thank you so much.
Words.
Thanks, mate.